Moving meditation. Meditating does not always mean sitting on a cushion with your eyes closed, oming until you feel enlightened. Meditation can be any activity, or lack of activity, that allows you to be present. We tend to rob ourselves of how we feel in the here and now. For some, meditation takes place in the kitchen, cooking or baking up some fabulous concoction. For the musically inclined, meditation can take the form of practicing an instrument. For the curious and imaginative, meditation becomes the pages of a book. Hopefully, you are starting to come around to the concept of meditation existing in a variety of forms. Moving meditations involve movement, so for those of you that find it difficult to sit still, perhaps you will take a liking to this type of practice. We will begin moving barefoot, so please make any necessary adjustments, removing any socks, shoes, or any other things that may be on your feet. Find a comfortable space to move about. We will begin by sitting out on our heels, allowing our feet to get a nice stretch. If kneeling does not feel good, you can stand and simply alternate stretching one foot at a time by lifting the heels, pausing as you switch feet. Give yourself time to notice how your feet feel. From your toes to the balls of the feet to the arches and your heels. Everything is connected in our body. We use our feet to walk, to stand, to run, to do all sorts of activities, most importantly, to keep us from sitting or standing upright without falling over. Oftentimes when we feel aches in our body, it stems from how we stand, our posture. So take time now, stretching your feet, to give thanks to them for all that they do. When you are ready, we will come into a seated position with our legs stretched out in front of us. Slowly, moving one leg at a time, bring the knee in towards your chest, starting with either knee, and planting that foot flat on the floor. Pausing maybe, or getting into a nice fluid motion. You will then lengthen the leg out straight. Bringing the knee in towards the chest, planting the foot flat on the floor, and then lengthening the leg back out, alternating, almost as if you're walking on the floor. Get yourself into a sort of rocking groove as you do so. Again, alternating legs. Begin to bring your awareness to how your feet feel as they touch the floor. Notice if you feel any tightness in your hips or your low back. Maybe seeing if one side feels different from the other. This is a fun exercise to do to music. You can challenge yourself to sync up with the beat of a song. So once you get the hang of it, it's a fun exercise to do with music. Even holding the foot in towards the chest a little bit longer, or maybe focusing on one side first and then moving on to this other side, doing all reps on one and then on the other. Whatever feels good for your body. When you are done walking on the floor in your seated position, you can make your way to a standing position. Adjusting your stance so your feet are 2 fistfuls apart. You do this by making 2 fists, one in each hand, and placing them in between your feet, spacing your feet out exactly at that width. Once you are done, stand up tall, rolling the shoulders back and down. Rest your tongue on the back of your 2 upper front teeth and begin to breathe. Allowing your eyes to close, bring awareness to your legs. Standing nice and strong. Your feet pushing their weight into the ground. Strong and still, holding you up. Again, giving thanks to the lower half of your body for doing all that it does for you, day in and day out. Take time here to breathe. As you stand nice and tall, I want you to lift all 10 toes, spreading them out, keeping them lifted. With the toes lifted, putting your weight into your heels and balls of your feet. It may be challenging. You may feel stretches in all sorts of places. You may find that you lose your balance, or even find out that you're stronger than you think. Slowly begin to plant your feet back down on the ground. Taking another few breaths, standing still. And slowly opening your eyes. Begin to walk in a circle, walking as you normally would. Notice how your feet feel on the floor. Pay attention to your gait. Do your feet seem to roll? Or maybe you do more of a march. Perhaps you let your heels slide on the floor. Maybe you never thought about how you walk. Typically, when we're asked to pay attention to something, we start to second guess, wait, is this how I really walk? Like when people say tomato, say coffee. How do you normally say those words? You don't think about it until you were asked to think about it. So go ahead and just bring awareness, walking in a circle. Your circle can be large or small depending on your space or what you feel like doing. And just breathe. And now I want you to begin walking backwards. Again, trying to maintain your shape of a circle, not stressing too much if your circle starts to get a little wiggly, starts to take form of something that's not a complete circle. Again, focusing on how your body feels. Maybe taking your attention to your mind. What are you thinking of? Are you thinking of how you were walking? Or is your mind drifting to outside things that you have to do, what to make for dinner? Continue walking. Passing no judgment to whatever comes to your mind. Trying to stay as present as you can as you walk in circles. On your next step, stop where you are. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth in a big sigh. Go ahead and do it again. You have permission to let everything go. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs, and get ready for this last exercise. in our moving meditation. Again, finding your two fistful stance. I want you to come to a nice, strong standing position. Again, rolling the shoulders back and down, relaxing the jaw. And this time, as you inhale, I want you to clench your right hand into a fist and lift your left foot, still maintaining a straight leg line, and point the toes of that left foot. And as you exhale, coming back to neutral, letting the fingers open, letting the foot come back to standing. Alternating this with the other side, inhaling and clenching your fist as you lift and point the opposite foot. It may take some thinking, some focus, and that's okay. When we work both sides of the body like this, we're working both sides of our brain. Take it slow. Try not to hold your breath. Lifting the foot, clenching the fist. Think of every time you clench the fist as you collecting all of the tension in your body. And as you open that fist, letting it all go. Think of your foot pointing away from your body, directing any tension that you may have out of your body, almost as if you're kicking it away. It has no place here. On your next exhale, come back to standing, relaxing the arms and legs. Returning to center, I want you to inhale your arms up towards the sky. And as you exhale, bending the knees, leaning forward and letting out a sigh. Repeating this for as many times as you need to feel relaxed. Letting out a nice lion's breath, a nice roar of your own. Passing no judgment on yourself. Again, inhaling up, exhaling, bending the knees and letting out a nice roar.